What up, guys? It's GrowerMD, and I'm back here in my tent, and we're doing a little update to the Back to Basics series here, which is going to be basically just a documentation of my little 4,000 watt 10x10 grow tent that we're going to be running here at my house. And a little update to it so far is we got some plants, and just wanted to talk a little bit about what we're going to be running in here, my plan for it, and a little bit just what happened since the last video here. Pretty much, yeah, it's been a while since I have not had control over my own clones, and really just making sure I wanted to get something reliable and something clean in the quantities I want. I took a little trip this morning down to Harborside down in Oakland, and was checking through some of their genetics that they have. Pretty cool shop. Hadn't actually been down there before, but was able to, you know, take a good look. Got there right when they opened up, and decided to take a shot here at the cherry pie. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what this is GDP, or OG Kush, GDP, and Durban Poison. So two of which I've already grown. Durban Poison I've actually smoked, OG Kush I've grown, and GDP I've grown. So I'm pretty familiar with the structure of, you know, two of the three strains, and I'm actually just really excited to see what this comes out as. For those of you guys that don't know, Girl Scout cookies is one of the strains that's been kind of, I guess, getting popular up here in this area, and this is actually the strain that they use to cross back again with OG Kush to make Girl Scout cookies. So I'm hoping that we can keep a mother of this. I'm going to try to figure out a way to hold on to it. What you're looking at here, there are 34 cherry pies. So there's 8 each tray, and they look a little bit tired today. It's been a long day for them. They were actually all really healthy. Really no deficiencies really whatsoever. Really healthy roots, nice and white. They all looked really fresh and really well taken care of. However, obviously we drove them home, and when they got home, we transplanted them. They also got their inoculation. They got really well sprayed down, and they also got a first watering. So it's been basically a pretty rough adjustment for them from the life at the shop. So they're looking a little bit droopy right now. They're a little bit tired, but here by the next update, they're definitely going to start looking really nice. But just want to talk about what they're in right now and what we fed them, just so you guys are aware of kind of the stage and the feedings. Right now, these pots are, I think they're like 5.5 inches or something like that. I'm not sure. They're a little bit bigger than the pots I used to use, but they're not too big. But I think these should last for about a week, and maybe a little bit longer. And then we're going to be spreading them out just gradually like I usually do. But we're not going to really extend the veg cycle too long. I'm going to try to get this grow started in about 2 weeks. We're going to see how they veg, but the plan is to, in the next day or two, actually start using this burner here just during the veg cycle. I'm not going to really attempt to try to maintain temperatures during the flowering cycle running this thing in the tent, but due to the fact that the temps are so low, just running these on 600s and not having all the lights on, this AC is definitely enough to keep this room right in the 70s all the time. So I'm pretty happy with it right now. So I do have a tank sitting outside. I think one of my power supplies is actually broken, that's why it's not running right now. But I actually would really want to let these plants adjust for probably another day or so to the lighting and the soil and everything before we start hitting them with CO2. It's going to be pretty low dosages, but I really do think that the CO2 gives the best performance in veg. I do think you get some benefits in flower. I think it's really strain dependent for the most part. But anyway, we're going to be running it for a little while here, and then we'll be removing the generators. So I also have a tank and a regulator, which I might go grab out of the storage unit late in flower, depending on how these look and if I think they might be able to benefit. But so far, you know, these plants are looking really good. Back to the soil though. What we did is we're going to be using the same combination of what I did on my plants outdoor. We're actually going to be running this grow in soil. We're not going to be using cocoa. So it's going to be the first time in probably 2 years that I actually do a grow that's not in 100% pure cocoa. but I think it's going to be pretty interesting. You know, I'm not going to have to use as much nutrients, even though I have a pretty substantial amount right now. I think I want to give this a shot and try to see how, you know, a little bit more natural approach in the veg. We're really just supplementing them with some beneficials and some things that I think really help them along, which is pretty much what I gave them right now for their first feeding, just because they were a little bit dry. And they're probably not going to need to be fed again for probably a few days, and I'll probably try to make the next update here on the next time they get fed, just so you guys can really track along with this grow, you know, pretty much with every step that I take. So I transplanted them. The 3 soils that we used were the 707 mix. I think that's made by Humboldt. I'm not exactly sure. We used the Vermifier, and we also used Happy Frog. And what I did was I put a lining of the 707 mix for a little bit of aeration at the bottom, and then we put the Happy Frog for kind of substrate through the center, and then we did a top dressing and kind of filled them in with the Vermifier. And the Vermifier has a lot of different stuff in it, really good. I can't remember actually all the different stuff that it has in it, but you guys should really check it out. It just came out this year, and my plants in the backyard seem to really love it. So I'm gonna try that running in the side here. So yeah, and then on top of that, we gave them their first feeding today, which was I filled up a 5-gallon jug of water, and I hit them up with 10 milliliters per gallon of Hygrozyme, 10 milliliters per gallon of Aqua Shield, 2 milliliters per liter of Dr. Repair, 2 milliliters per liter of the Zyme and the Uptake, and I think we also gave them like 8 milliliters per liter of the Liquid Karma. And also, like I mentioned, they got an inoculation today, and I used some newer stuff that was actually recommended to me by my hydro store. Come out here and actually show you what it is. But they said it actually works really good because it's got some neem and it's got the pyrethrum in it. So this is the green light neem, but it actually works as a preventative for the molds and the mites and the funguses. So I went ahead, just gave them a really good dressing with this stuff. And later on, probably as I do the transplants, I really like to keep it to preventative. I don't like to use the harsh stuff. I like to stick to organics and switch between the garden fungicide and the 3-in-1. And if you know, only using the Floramite or anything else, if absolutely necessary, you know, I really like to just try to keep an eye on it and keep it to preventative maintenance versus having to actually attack them with bombs and stuff. So I think that's pretty much it, you know. These plants are looking really good. I'm really excited. I've been told that these should top out somewhere between 4 and 5 feet, which is pretty good. That's about all the height we're really going to have to spare comfortably in this tent, which is why I want to keep this grow started here within the next 2 weeks. It does have what seems to be pretty significant OG variance in the pheno right now, just from the structure of it and the leaves. You know, you can see there's already a pretty significant gap here in the internodes, and they seem to be stretching out a little bit before they begin to start their second set. So it looks like it's going to probably be pretty OG-ish, but the pictures I've seen of the final product of this stuff just looks absolutely phenomenal so far. So I absolutely cannot wait to just get something going. I've been really kind of stir crazy to get back growing. But the plan really is to take the 32 best plants in here and probably just shove them in like 4 rows of 3 on each side, 16 on each side. I'll probably keep, I think these 2 right here I've already kind of decided as my culls. I'm not 100% sure. This one's kind of scrawny. And this one's pretty good, but we'll see if any of them have any issues as they start to veg, and pretty much just take it from there. And we'll have 2 to spare, and then let's see what else. Yeah, we're going to be transplanting them into the 5-gallon root maker pots with the same soil combo, unless over the next week or so they don't seem to be, you know, looking like they like the soils too much. I might actually take them out of here and break off as much as I can and put them into 100% pure cocoa as we go into the 5-gallon pots. I don't think that's going to be necessary from what I've seen so far, but if that becomes the case, then that's pretty much how we'll handle it from there. But other than that, we're just going to spread them out I'm going to be laying up trellis netting in here to support the canopy. Hopefully only one layer. Nice thing about this tent, it does have access ports on every side, so it makes it really easy to kind of work in and under around the canopy, even though the net will be up there. And lastly, I think somebody asked if the tent was toxic. No, that's just something that sparked up a long time ago. I think there was one batch of tents like years ago when they first came out that had something going on, but no, I always also wipe the tents down just to be sure. You always want to use like Clorox wipes on them, and I always just wipe the roof and the floor mats and everything down before I my plants in, just to make sure they don't have any chemicals or anything on them that they spray to clean them or stain them with. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. Other than that, we'll be back. I also hope you guys stay tuned. I have a video. I'm a little bit late on it, on my original plan, but I hope to get it to you guys soon, just to really to give back to you guys as a thank you. So hope you guys stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.